It's Dirty Story Night, and we have reached third place in our Joss Whedon month. This is a new contender, Kyle, and she has a tender toy story to tell. Say that 10 times fast, a little bit of alliteration for you. If you don't want to speak, social media is fine, because you can just type. And you can follow us on social media at IABD Presents. It also does not require you to speak, to rate and review us on iTunes, which we really appreciate. And continuing the not speaking, let the good, the bad, and the geeky do the speaking for you. That is one of the many great podcasts on the IABD Presents network. Go to IABDpresents.com to check out all our offerings. And there you'll find GBG, the good, the bad, and the geeky, a pop culture podcast hosted for over a decade by Nick Ardenbright, discussing movies, music, TV, all kinds of stuff. There's even some live bits that they do in front of an audience. It's really cool. So check that out. Subscribe to The Good, the Bad, and the Geeky and Dirty Story Night on iTunes. And now enjoy Kyle's Tender Toy Story.
Can I help up the gas? Inquired Andy, leaving Woody in the front seat as he bounded from the car. Yeah! And then you can drive, his voluptuous yet mysteriously single mother good-heartedly laughed. Really? He squeaked. Yeah! When you're 16. Ho ho ho, funny mom, Andy remarked as their voices faded. Woody slowly came out of his stasis, his hat cast aside as he replayed the moment over and over again, kicking himself for inadvertently alienating and possibly killing the one thing that had caused his stuffed shorts to stir for the first time in many moons. Even then, as Woody closed his eyes to hold his giant plastic head in his hands, he saw that face. That chiseled jawline, sporting whiskers that Woody had imagined would leave rug burn along his thighs many a late nights. Yes. The purple-covered, throbbing, veiny forehead that denoted a lineage of proud fathers before him. His compact, shiny, powerful little body that even now stirred a longing deep in Woody he hadn't felt in years. The plan had been so foolproof. Dispose of Buzz safely behind the desk, play with Andy for a few precious hours before the big move, then return that evening to fish out Buzz, be the hero, and possibly, finally, earn the attention, affection, and deep dicking from Buzz that he had so yearned for. Woody's mind drifted to the scenario that had played out in his mind those many a dark nights stuffed in the toy chest. Using only muscle memory and the squeaky shark to muffle his moans as he would hurriedly pump himself into a cottony messed finish. Envisioning the hot, rushed, spit-coated fumblings and gravelly grunts guided only by Buzz's glow-in-the-dark features. Even thinking of it now made his little Woody stand at attention. Trying to quickly calm himself, lest Andy and Andy's mom come back to find he had sprung a stitch, Woody's mind came quickly back to the almost as hard task at hand. How am I going to convince those guys that it was an accident, Woody said, sprawling onto his back to consider his place in the world through the moonroof of the rusted Astro van. At that moment, almost the same way it had happened in his dreams, Buzz appeared. Buzz? Woody's heart leapt into his throat. He quickly utilized his forgotten hat to cover his engorged and normally quadratic crotch. Buzz! Ha! You're alive! Woody was beside himself with relief and elation. Seeing Buzz in front of him now only further awakened the desire coursing through him. The way Buzz looked Woody up and down sent a shiver through Woody's body. Buzz's growling voice sounded. I just want you to know that even though you tried to terminate me, punishment is not an idea that we promote on my planet. Woody tried not to let the disappointment wash across his face. But we're not on my planet, are we? His lowered timber awakening the snake in Woody's boot anew. Without warning, Buzz knocked Woody out of the passenger side car door and spiraled him under the faded Astro van. Pinning him to the ground, Woody tried not to let his voice quiver as he asked, "How are you going to punish me?" Buzz came as close to Woody's ear as he could with his helmet still on and whispered, "I'm going to poison your water hole." Buzz held out his hand in front of Woody's mouth expectantly. When Woody turned his head with a questioning look toward Buzz, Buzz grabbed Woody's mouth cheeks, squeezing his lips into a puckered curl. Taking the hint, Woody spit a marinade-like glob of saliva into Buzz's hand, which was quickly used to coat the inside of Woody's snake hole. Before Woody could blink, Buzz's thick, erect laser saber was trespassing and filling Woody's pucker cactus. Buzz hammered into him like a play school hammer. With every symphonic thrust, Buzz's suit buttons hit the brim of Woody's hat, causing the voice activation to ring out, "Buzz, Buzz, Buzz, Lightyear to the rescue!" In time with Woody's moans. Woody had in the meantime began to pleasure himself in front of Buzz's thrusts, aching to finish in time with his dominant commander. Buzz, never the one to miss anything, saw Woody's self-pleasure and quickly closed his hand around the cowboy's throat to pull him back against his chest. "I can't tell if I'm getting through to you. How displeased I am. Perhaps I should stop." "Please, please, no, I'll do anything. Anything," Buzz begged, wanting to come more than he ever had. Without warning, Buzz yanked Woody's pull string, extending it to his full length, and with 3 fell swoops, wrapped the cord around Woody's neck. The slight tug as it began to retreat back into Woody created the perfect tension and caused Woody's eyes to roll back into his head when he was swiftly brought back from his bliss by Buzz's commanding voice. "Maybe this will teach you," he forewarned with each defiling of Woody's furrowed asshole. "Would this happen again?" Woody mused. "That next time you want to play, you'll just ask nicely!" Buzz's orgasm came upon him quickly, like an unexpected hyperdrump. He exploded into Woody, knowing that for hours following this, Woody would carry his seed like a cream puff awaiting an eager mouth. Woody was not far behind him, his cottony seed floofing onto the asphalt, tickling his hand. Woody and Buzz were silent, save for their panting breaths. But each of their minds were racing, wondering what would happen next. "Pizza Planet! Yeah!" Andy screamed suddenly as the door closed and the car roared to life and drove away, leaving their bare flesh to be nipped at by the night air. "Andy!" Woody screamed, running after, forcing Buzz's custard launcher to plope out, running after him. But it was too late, and Woody's heart suddenly felt very much like his asshole, empty.